Morning. We have another busy week this week as we follow up on the EIDL loans. Those are the loans that we began applying for in March, and you were technically, according to the law, you were going to get a up to $10,000 advance within 3 days of making application. You did not need to repay the advance, and then the loan amount was 3.5% with great repayment terms. And that's the way the law was written. That was the intent of Congress and the president when they signed that into law. When it got to the SBA, it became a completely different program, and we have not seen much of that funding. So our focus this week will be on following up with the SBA. We want to know what happened to the applications and where that funding went, and that's what we'll be working on this week. So if we have helped you with that program, we have your confirmation number, and we will follow up with the SBA using that confirmation number and see if we can get some answers. We do finally have an email address and a phone number where we can reach out and maybe get a response. We'll let you know how that goes. We haven't had any response so far, and we've had very little funding out of that program. On the Triple P program, we had great success with that program. We were able to get all the small businesses that we were working with. I think we were able to get them all funding with the exception of anyone, if you were an LLC and you were filing as an S Corp and had no wages and it was all self-employed income. I think those are a long shot. We haven't found any banks or fintechs that will fund those loans. So if you're an S Corp, your self-employed portion of that S Corp technically should be paid out as wages, and I think it's a long shot to be able to get those funded. On the Triple P, if you applied for that loan at the beginning of the program and you received funding for your contractors, independent contractors, so you received funding for wages, you received funding for yourself as self-employed, and then you also received funding for your independent contractors, those are not going to be allowed. So our recommendation is to return the funds that you received for those independent contractors. You can do it now or you can do it in 8 weeks. Those funds will have to be returned. Aside from that, the only other thing that we're working on this week is your business personal property tax renditions. So we have those ready for you. You should have received those in your email, and just really go over those assets. If you have assets listed on those renditions, those are going to be taxed. So if you have obsolete assets or assets that you've disposed of, we want to remove those from your property tax renditions. If you want to come in and meet with us, we're open, so just give us a call. As I said, we will be following up with the SBA, still working on the EIDL. If you have not been funded for your Triple P, let us know. I feel like we have everybody that was working on those loans. I think we got everybody funded. If you have not received that funding, reach out to us and just let us know. And if you have, just enjoy your week and enjoy this beautiful weather.